like this, you're not being serious.
Yeah,
a firm handshake.
What happens
yes.
to being a lady? I mean,
oh yes,
you want to shake a lady's hand.
No, not acceptable. When it is like a cold jellyfish wimp handshake, it doesn't really mean anything. A handshake is a handshake. It just doesn't have to be the crunching one.
Yeah.
But a good handshake, you know it when you see it. You know, so if you're a CEO and you're a woman, you're not going to do a wimp handshake, you're going to shake well. And at the same time, confidently introduce yourself. And it's about 30 seconds. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you work? And what can you do for me?
In 30 seconds.
What can you do for me?
But,
Yeah.
James,
so it's like you're selling your business. Yeah. You're selling your business. So, you know, you could tell somebody that they can help them save so much money. We have this new product. Can I, you know, it's a quick thing.
Hold on, Janet. You walked into a room, you don't know anybody. And then you see this person.
Yes.
And somehow you've gotten an idea what the person does and you want to introduce yourself. So you come up in 30 seconds, hi, I'm Nell Taigwe, I work with Channel TV and I can... All that in 30 seconds, isn't that too much?
Don't do it formally.
Information?
Don't do it formally. No. So you're going to, basically, so you tell me you're a neonator and you work for channels and you run a certain program every Saturday sunrise. Would you like to come on the program? That means you've known a bit about that person, or you might not have, but you're selling your program. And you can do that in just seconds, honestly. And the person will say, oh, really? Channels? Oh, tell me a bit more. And that's when your conversation... So you're not just going to tell me you're a neonatal.
And that's where the friendship...
I'm a news presenter, and you haven't told me where. You haven't told me what you do. You know, just a little bit of information. And just enough for me to say, oh, really? And then you strike up a conversation. What I've just told you now is small talk. Small talk leads to a bigger conversation.
Leads to big talk.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And who knows, might lead to big business.
So, for instance, I went for an early morning walk this morning, Institute of Directors. And interestingly, she will laugh if I just say this now. I was walking and then we noticed that there were a lot of men in front of us and 3 ladies were walking. And a lady now comes and says, oh, we're 3 ladies. Can we introduce ourselves? I said, why not? And we're just talking in a matter of seconds. And she now says, oh, maybe you need to join Wimbis. I said, oh, madam, I'm a member of Wimbis already. She said, well, she told me her name and she says, I'm the new chairperson of Wimbis. I said, oh, wow. Just like that. And I knew when I was there when they were announcing her. I was there when she was speaking. And there's her right next to me. Of course, we got clicking. That small talk of who she was and her introduction just immediately sparked conversation. You understand? And she said that in a matter of seconds. Who she was and what she does, and that was all.
And the friendship was struck.
Immediately.
Okay, put me back again to when you get to the door.
Right.
What if the door is closed?
Oh, then you're going to open
How do you make that survey?
Oh, excellent. So you're not going to barge in, right?
No, you're not.
So under normal circumstances, ushers should be at the door, really, to receive you. So the door, ideally, should be open for a networking gathering. So people who are organizing networking gatherings shouldn't have the door closed unless it's a concealed meeting. But then if you do have to open the door, it's the same procedure. Stop, pause, stay to the right or the left, do a quick audit, and make up your mind there and then whether you're going to go towards the drinks or towards the middle to assess where you're going to go.
Or whether you're going to run away.
So then you have the perfect handshake, like I said, which is ideal, and then you introduce yourself. But you know what's funny in networking gatherings is because I could have met you now, we've introduced ourselves, you told me your name, and I've told you mine. But as we're all human beings, I haven't registered it enough for me to remember. 30 minutes later, I'm now with you and a group of people, and we're talking, and you now decide to join our group. Remember, we've met 30 minutes ago, and we're now smiling because there's a little familiarity.
Yeah.
And there's me saying, oh, Alero, Auntie Alero, please meet, but I don't tell your name. I now call you something else, or I now say, oh, that's embarrassing.
Well, when you say the then I'm supposed to help you and supply my name.
Yes. Or I might now say, please excuse me, I really did forget your name. Could you kindly just remind me? Just out of politeness, but don't call them another name. Don't give them another name because it's quite rude and it's embarrassing. If you've forgotten the name of the person, it's quite all right to ask them to repeat it again. But then if you are courteous, like you said, and you can see the signs that it looks like she's forgotten, you can step in and say, my name is...
So what's wrong with saying?
Fill in the
Do you
blank.
mind introducing yourself?
No! No, because we just met a few moments ago. I'm really so sorry. I actually forgot the name. But and then you could then step in. But you can't say, can you introduce yourself? No. You know, and you might be bold
Okay.
and brave enough to say, well, I'm nice to meet you all. I might even start by saying, oh, please meet, and I give you the names, you know, and all of a sudden you might now say, well, hi, nice to meet you. Do you understand?
Okay.
So with networking, it's really funny, but it's important though, when you do strike a conversation, listening is key, because you're going to know who is what, and exchange cards if you have. But I always tell people, don't exchange them automatically, because some people just don't know how to look after cards and it goes in the bin. But if somebody's bringing out their card, ideally, don't forget to go to a networking event with your card. And as they're giving you theirs, then exchange. You'll be lucky when you receive at least 10 cards you've then networked.
Well, I wonder what's happened to your regular caller, Janet.
Oh!
He hasn't been calling.
Can you
Maybe
imagine?
he's away.
Ouch.
And he hasn't been watching you.
So listening is key. And I want to say again, even if you don't like what they're saying, just nod
Okay.
and
Okay.
be in the presence. Yeah.
Okay then, networking etiquette with Janet
Thank
Adetu.
you.
Thank you very much for
Thank you,
coming,
Auntie.
Janet.
Thank you
As
so much.
usual, you always have something really, really interesting for us. Yes, and we look forward to
10
listening
steps
to.
that
Yeah.
handshake. I'm waiting for that one.
Oh, yes, I will.
Okay.
All right, Janet, thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
We'll be back momentarily to take the home stretch.